Look at that natural makeup wear, sis. Makeup wear. What is happening, beautiful people? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more content. I'm finally doing my everyday makeup routine, darling. So if you guys want to find out how I do this easy and simple, natural looking makeup look that is my go-to favorite makeup look, then keep on watching. Now, before we get started, the first thing that you want to do is remove any hair off of your face, and you want to start off on a moisturized face. So I am using my moisturizing face cream that has immediate and lasting hydration. It is really important to hydrate your skin before applying makeup. It will make a huge difference. For my lips, I am using a hydrating lip balm that I got from a drugstore / pharmacy, and it is really inexpensive, and it just allows my lips to stay hydrated during the application of all my makeup. Now, the next thing you want to do is prime your face, and I'm using my Rose Glow Hydrating Illuminating Primer. I've only been using this primer for a few months and I'm really in love with it. It's actually one of my new favorite products. It really is photo ready and it makes most of your makeup really look good on pictures as well as on video. And for someone like me that makes a lot of videos, this is actually such an essential way to do your makeup. Next, I am using my brow liner from Kelso. It is in the color brown, and I'm just putting little strokes on my brows just to make them more defined. I will not be carving my brows. I don't really like that carve look, and plus we are going for a natural look. Next, I'm using my liquid concealer in the color Toast. This was from Signature and it's also very inexpensive. Most of the products that I'm using are actually quite inexpensive, and all I'm doing is just drawing a line. Don't worry, I know it looks crazy at the moment, but we will be blending it out very soon. And I'm using a powder brush, or a foundation brush rather, to just make sure that everything is nice and blended. Once again, I am brushing my brows, making sure that they are nice and fluffy and they look really natural. And I'm just correcting a little bit more on my cheek as well as on my forehead and wherever I feel I need it. For foundation, I'm using two of them, and one is from Kelso and one is from Yardi. It is the Stay Fast foundation and it is medium coverage, and I'm just spraying my mist or setting spray on a foundation brush before I apply. I find that this just allows the makeup to stay on my skin for longer, and I'm just pressing. I know it looks a little bit fast because I am fast forwarding the footage, but I'm just pressing the product into my skin rather than dragging the product onto my skin, just to make sure that there is more of a flawless finish. I'm doing the same to my beauty blender, and I'm patting my face with it, and I'm making sure that everything is nice and blended. Remember, this is medium coverage, so it will not cover every single blemish that I do have, but if you're using full coverage, then everything will be covered. And the next thing that I'm doing is put my concealer under my eyelids, on the bridge of my nose, around my lips, on my forehead, on my chin, and basically where the light is going to hit me. And I'm just making sure that I'm not over putting this product. It's really important to not put that much product, because if it's too much product, then it will end up looking cakey at the end. So you just want to put minimal product and make sure that you are pressing down with your beauty blender to blend it seamlessly. Now, to make sure that your foundation and your concealer lasts longer, I would suggest that you put on your setting spray. Next, I'm using my setting powder, and I'm just going to be putting this with my beauty blender. And I'm using a different beauty blender for this because I don't like to mix my beauty blenders, the ones that I use for my liquid foundations and the ones that I use for powder. And I'm just lightly and very, very gently putting this on my nose bridge, putting it underneath my eyes, my chin, and everywhere where I have added my concealer. Now, to contour, you can either use a contouring liquid, a contouring stick, contouring palette. I am actually using a shadow palette that I found works so good as a contour, and I'm just using my contouring brush, and I'm slowly picking up the product so not to drag the product all at once. This just allows me to have control over the product, and I'm spreading it all around my face to just define my face and my features a little bit more. And I'm also putting it on top of my forehead. To contour my nose, I'm using a thinner brush, but I'm using the exact same palette. You guys will see this palette is going to be coming up on most of the next steps because I prefer using minimal products, especially when I'm using or when I'm doing a everyday makeup look. I just find that the less product you use, the more natural it becomes. You know what I mean? Now, when I say this palette is gonna come around, I am not kidding. I'm using the other side, which is more of an orangey tone on top of my eyelids, and I'm just using a powder brush to just move everything off of my face, make sure that the baking situation comes off. A lot of people at this stage would be adding powder onto their skin, but I don't like to use powder. I just find that it makes my skin look cakey and it can sometimes age you. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Like, how do you do your makeup? Do you make sure that you put the powder, or is it also an optional step for you? I'm using just another brush to make sure that everything is being nice and blended. And yes, you guessed it, that palette is right back on popular demand, and this time it is acting as a blush, and I'm just using it just to brighten my skin. I find that when you use the same color palette for your eyeshadow, your brows, even your lips, it just ties the look all together and it just makes it look so seamless and natural. Next up, I'm lining my lips using the color brown. I also like the color chestnut, so either way is always best for a natural look. And I'm just lining my lips, not to over exaggerate them. I don't want them to be any plumpier or any bigger. I just want them to look a little bit more defined, if that makes any sense. And then I'm using my liquid matte lipstick. It's also from Kelso, and I'm just putting it only at the bottom of my lip, and I'm using a brush to just blend that all together. For my eyeliner, I'm using the Wet n Wild Mega Liner, and I'm just adding a wing. I'm not putting this across my eyelids. I just find that it makes it more natural only if I put it on my wing. So I'm just making sure to be careful. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to look good in the end. And that's just what I'm doing right now. Now for my under eyes, I'm using a black brow pencil, and I'm just lining it just to give my eyes a little bit more of a pop, and I'm making sure to blend everything all around my face. You can either use a beauty blender for this, or you can use a brush like me. Now to almost complete this makeup look, I'm using my Elizabeth Arden mascara, and I'm just separating my eyelashes just to give it more of a dramatic effect, as natural as possible, because obviously we are not using any lash extensions. And I'm just separating my lower lashes, making sure that they are all coated with the mascara. Now for a highlighter, I'm using my Radiant Glow for Face and Body Signature Bronzer. It is from Signatures, and I'm just using a flat brush to put it onto my bridge of my nose, underneath my brows, as well as my cheekbones. Now to tie my look together, I'm using my brush, which is a powder brush, and I'm just blending my makeup everywhere, all over my face. You can also use a beauty blender for this, it works just as well. And I'm using my setting spray from Revlon once again, and I'm just setting everything. And child, look at that face. You cannot, come on now. And that is medium coverage, girl. Yes, look at that natural makeup wear, sis. Makeup wear. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye now.